Nirvana from Nevermind, an album that changed rock forever. Now, if you were around and into music between late 1991 and early 1994, you'll remember the explosion this album caused. Rock had grown stale and boring again. Hair metal had pretty much run its course, and we were coming off a period of insipid pop music with bands like New Kids on the Block. There was a huge demographic bulge of angry kids in their late teens and early 20s, the so-called Gen Xers. There was a recession. There was a war in the Middle East. Things actually looked pretty grim. Then along came this unknown three-piece band from a small logging town in Washington. They were exactly in the right place, at exactly the right time, and they had the right songs with the right themes, and the singer had just the perfect amount of in his voice, if you know what I mean. An album that was expected to sell 200,000 copies over its lifetime ended up selling 10 times that much in just 3 months. Leading up to Christmas 1991, it was selling 300,000 copies a week. Nevermind was so huge that it knocked Michael Jackson out of the #1 position on the album charts. The album also set stuff in motion on an industry level. Like I said back at the beginning, mainstream rock and alternative rock were on parallel but separate paths. When it came to attitude and the fans and record sales and all the things that go into defining a scene or a particular genre, mainstream rock considered the alternative types as the weirdos, and to be fair, vice versa. Then along comes Nirvana and Nevermind to build this massive bridge between these two universes. Nevermind, and grunge in general, was like alt-rock with training wheels. It was similar enough to be embraced by a cautious mainstream, but different enough to sound new and exciting. And once the public and the industry got a taste of the joys and potential profits of tapping into the alternative universe, everybody flooded across that bridge that Nevermind had created. So many people, so many bands, so many sounds crossed over that bridge that within a couple of years, alternative rock completely supplanted old school mainstream rock. Alternative became mainstream, which completely obliterated the original meaning of the word alternative. And that created some interesting situations. But, that's a whole other show. Suffice it to say that no record library, regardless of its focus, is complete without a copy of the universe-shaking Nevermind, released on September 24th, 1991. It's album number 10 on our list of the essential top 10. So let's just do a quick review. Number 1, Velvet Underground and Nico, 1967. David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, 1972. The 1976 debut from the Ramones. Number 4, Nevermind the Bollocks, Here's the Sex Pistols, 1977. London Calling from The Clash, their 1979 double record. Joy Division and 1979's Unknown Pleasures. The Queen is Dead from The Smiths from 1986. License to Ill from the Beastie Boys, which came out in the fall of 1986. U2's Joshua Tree, arguably the biggest selling alternative record of all time, 1987. And the earth-shaking Nevermind, 1991. Enjoy. Coming up next, a review of what happened in 1990.
More of The Secret History of Rock. Coming up. Back to The Secret History of Rock with Alan Cross.
Every Secret History program comes with a look back at a certain year, and this time it's 1990. That was when the first McDonald's in Moscow opened, overseen by a Canadian too. I've actually been there. The place is huge. The SR-71, the American super-secret spy plane, set a record for flying coast-to-coast in the U.S. 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 17 seconds. The Hubble Space Telescope was launched. It had an eyesight problem at first, but they fixed that. What else? Well, Iraq invaded Kuwait, which led to the first Gulf War. West and East Germany came together on August the 23rd. And the Soviet Union fell apart starting on August the 30th. Oh, and on December 25th, 1990, Tim Berners-Lee created what would be the first ever web page. On the music side of things, a new MTV show called Unplugged debuted. Anyone know the first band? Squeeze. Billy Idol had a really bad year. He was in a motorcycle accident which prevented him from having a major role in the Oliver Stone film about the Doors. The Rolling Stones toured Japan for the first time. Madonna was threatened with arrest in Toronto if she did something naughty on stage as part of her Blonde Ambition tour. A new band based in Seattle changed their name from Mookie Blaylock to Pearl Jam and played their first ever show on October the 22nd. And on November the 27th, Milli Vanilli was busted for being lip-syncing frauds. They had their Grammy taken away and a joke was born. This was a big hit for Saskatoon's Northern Pikes. Their 1990 album was called Snow in June and resulted in 3 Juno Award nominations. They didn't win anything, but the album did sell 100,000 copies.